Next up, everything you wanted to know about nothing, but were afraid to ask.
Watch Seinfeld and Friends. You won't. Oh, I'm sorry, won't you? Sorry.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Kastner. Welcome to E's 60-minute journey into the world of Seinfeld and Friends. Every week, Seinfeld turns life's irritations into an innovative half-hour comedy. It may be a show about nothing, but the series has become a major something. Seinfeld occupies a cushy top 5 spot in the Nielsen ratings, and they've collected a shelf full of awards, including 5 Emmys. To think back in 1989, the show was only a 4-episode summer replacement series entitled Seinfeld Chronicles. From the beginning, though, passionate fans felt they belonged to a very hip club with a secret password every week. Mulva, Magic Loogie, Babu. Hey, not that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong at all. Seinfeld finally has the recognition it has always deserved.
Who are these people?
Well, these 4 people are Jerry. Their faces grace magazine covers and they're favorites for television interviews. And they've made a few visits to the Emmy winners' podium. But accolades aside, the biggest form of approval may come from the diehard fans who make Seinfeld lingo and mannerisms their own.
It wasn't a pick. It was not a pick. There was no penetration. No penetration. It was a scratch.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
When people approach, they don't approach me, they approach Kramer. It's Kramer. Oh, look, it's Kramer. Oh, look, it's Kramer. You walk into a restaurant. Look who's here, it's Kramer. It's Michael Richards. With Jason or Jerry or Julia, it's Jason Alexander. Oh, look, there's Jerry Seinfeld. With me, look, it's Kramer.
I don't know why they pay such close attention. The only thing I can think of is that for the most part, the show is about things that happen to everybody, and you always wish you had one of those great lines when it happened to you.
Fervent fans may adopt the lingo, but they also care for Jerry's friends as if they were their own.
The really odd thing that they do is that they walk up alongside and just start as if we've been conversing for blocks. They just come up alongside and they go, now when Elaine came in the apartment last week, I noticed that she didn't knock. And I'll just go, excuse me? I mean, I didn't even, it's a total stranger.
My absolute favorite episode was when Jerry Seinfeld sleeps with or flirts with Elaine's secretary and insults her with some lewd, lascivious remark.
My favorite episode of Seinfeld is the one where Jerry and George are gay, but they're not gay, but they're gay, but they're not gay.
My favorite episode of Seinfeld was the opening episode this season on orgasm. I thought it was absolutely hilarious and discussed a taboo subject and showed the inadequacies of almost everybody.
Love us. I know that. I know that we're quite wonderful and that many things that we do are well received, appreciated.
They're appreciated by the viewers, all right, but what is it that keeps the players themselves coming back for more?
Food is spectacular.
We are spoiled rotten. This is such a nice way to make a living, you know? It's playtime, just playtime.
And playtime doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon.
Watch out! It's like a school play, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like a real show, you know? We just kind of show up and do whatever it is we're doing, which we're not really too sure. And if you have fun doing what you're doing, people will like to watch it.
People definitely like to watch, and I'm one of them. In the next hour, we'll trace Jerry's evolution with exclusive E-interviews beginning from the days the show first hit air.
I think the main real difference is in the density, though. I mean, now it's like really, it's like thick carpet, you know, where it used to be more like fishnet. Now it's more like burlap.
We'll get a new perspective on the 3 most important people in Jerry's, at least TV Jerry's life.
It takes a lot of time, you know, to look at fabulous weather.
This is a show that basically cottons to gentlemen my age who have the maturity level of someone much younger.
lay down and relax.
Whoa, what's going on?
And we'll get a rare look at Jerry warming up the studio audience.
You know, when a brother or sister gets married, the way you know them, it's hard to believe anyone would marry them, isn't it? I met this guy, I said, yeah, it's nice to meet you. What are you, out of your mind?
When E's Look at Seinfeld and Friends returns, we'll join the Fab Four to witness the on-set shenanigans you don't get to see every week. And for a real laugh, you can watch me attempt to complete this puzzle of Kramer in record time. And Jerry makes fun of my hair. Folks, the puzzle, that's nothing. They have T-shirts, mugs. Well, we'll tell you all about that stuff a little bit later on, but first, you may want to ponder our trivia challenge. The first question here, what is the name of the restaurant the Seinfeld gang hangs out in? I know you're thinking about it. Well, we'll have the answer when we return. In the meantime, I'll try and put Kramer's hair together. It's not easy.
A billionaire Gramps.
I love you so.
A ruthless tramp.
He's not, in yet.
A wife so sweet.
All I care about is my family.
A son who's neat.
Bart and I share a bedroom.
A power-hungry queen.
Shut up!
An amazing scene.
Crazy cow!
It's the glamour, the thrills. Honey, sit back and chill. It's a Dynasty reunion you really must see. Tonight, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Only on E!
This portion of E! Entertainment Television is brought to you by new Secret Ultra Dry. Strong enough for a man, but now with ultra dryness for a woman.
Different issues.
Different strengths.
Different needs. It's a revolutionary form of antiperspirant that recognizes the difference between men and women. It's Secret Ultra Dry, a superior form that will keep you drier than any other. Secret, strong enough for a man, but made with ultra dryness for you.
The only candy made with the refreshing taste of ocean spray. All natural fruit whey. When you're thirsty for a great candy. Candy. The only candy made with the refreshing taste of ocean spray. All natural fruit whey. When you're thirsty for a great candy.
Making women look younger isn't magic. It's my job. Before, all you could do was use a moisturizer. Pond's age-defying lotion actually seems to take years off because it contains alpha-nutrium, a blend of vitamins and 3 alpha-hydroxy compounds. Women start to see truly younger-looking skin in just 2 weeks. I hope someday we can eliminate the appearance of wrinkles altogether. But this is a pretty good start. Age-defying lotion from the Pond's Institute.
Wines this good must be guarded with care. That's why Franzia comes in an airtight pouch that protects the fresh taste to the last glass. Maybe that's why it's America's favorite wine.
Going back to basics, living simple as can be.
Glade Basics has natural extracts for pure, clean, simple freshness.
Just one fresh and clean, I'm living basically.
Available in plug-ins, refills, and spray.
Going back to basics, to what means the most to me. Going back to simple, I'm living basically.
Glade Basics, fresh from Glade, S.C. Johnson Wax.
Welcome back to E's 60-minute look at Seinfeld and Friends. First off, I know you want to know this, the answer to our trivia question. Jerry and friends hang out at a restaurant called Monk's Cafe. It's modeled after Tom's Diner in New York City. You know, churning out fresh, funny material every week is no laughing matter. But as you'll see, the time the cast spends together is anything but serious business.
Do you know who you are and why you are that way? Welcome to the Seinfeld Show.
Yes, welcome to the Seinfeld Show. Here in this cavernous San Fernando Valley soundstage, Jerry Seinfeld and his mega-talented cohorts write, rehearse, and film primetime television's hippest and funniest half hour.
Oh, baby. Come to Papa.
The long journey from freshly typed script to finished episode begins at this table, at the script read-through.
A read-through is you sit down at a table, and you read the script. All the actors come together, and the producers and NBC and people from Castle Rock come, and the writers, and they listen to it, just listen to it being read. I like the table reading, because for me, it's when the material is the absolute freshest. I mean, we're kind of, although we've read it before we read it aloud, it's the first time that we're really hearing it. I enjoy it. It may be one of my favorite parts of the week.
This particular script revolves around guest star Marlee Matlin, who plays Seinfeld's hearing-impaired date.
We should pick you up.
Back?
How about 6? 6 is good. Well, you got a problem with 6?
There may be a communication problem, but there's no problem with the script. It's hilarious, featuring Argentinian cowboys, heavy metal concerts, and Kramer's usual antics.
Is that what I do?
After the table reading, it's time to put the script and the actors on their feet.
Turn the cameras over to the preparations. The preparations.
The action moves to more familiar ground, the set. Here the cast feel their way around, scripts in hand, trying to find moves that enhance the dialogue.
We play around a lot during the week. You know, try a funny line here, try a bit there. You take this line, I'll take that line. Let's do it with a take and not a line. But by the time we get to taping, we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's.
You're the nucleus, the straw that stirs the drink. You're the Mahanna, you're the man.
Mahanna?
Yes, you're the Mahanna.
All right, I am the Mahanna.
You be the Hamar.
This is not a somber set. It is a marathon of cut-ups and quips, belly laughs, and breakdowns.
That's one of the big keys of the show is everyone's funny, everyone fools around, everyone contributes. I mean, at any moment, Jason, Julia, or Michael, or one of the writers can come up with a line or tell a story, and we're all just laughing and goofing off.
Between laughs, the show is blocked for the cameras.
We actually memorize the lines. But when you're paid this kind of money, you know, you have to do those things. Memorize the lines, yes. It's one of the few shows that does that.
It is also one of the few shows that is consistently fresh and funny.
We did a thing called The Chinese Restaurant, which was a show that happened in actual time, and it's just Julia, Jerry, and myself trying to get a table at a Chinese restaurant. And nothing happens in this show. I mean, it's like a quintessential Seinfeld episode. Really, nothing happens. 3 people waiting for a table in a Chinese restaurant. And it was... we were so proud of that show when it aired. And that's when I went, oh, yeah, I don't care if this show lives, dies, or whatever. I was delighted to be part of it.
Seinfeld works because the writers, cast, and crew are like an extended family. And this bond, like their unique humor, has endeared them to their audience.
I think that's a very big element in this show, that all these people wouldn't really hang out, you know, in real life. And I think that comes across. I think when you watch it, it's not like, you don't feel like you're watching 4 people that were hired to be friends.
You know, they say behind every good man is a good woman. And sometimes even a best friend. When we return, we'll get to know Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Jason Alexander. And don't miss our spotlight on the evolution of Jerry a little bit later on. But first, another show query. Which character was not in the show pilot? Even I don't know that one. Well, stay tuned. We'll both find out.
It's going to be a glamorous, exciting evening with lots of surprises, lots of celebrities.
It's the live Emmy Awards pre-show with Joan Rivers, so join her on the red carpet along with the stars.
I'm back talking to Paul Reiser, Sybil Chambers. This is very exciting. I've got David Letterman.
It's the pre-show to end all pre-shows.
Yes, yes, yes.
The live primetime Emmy Awards pre-show with Joan Rivers, this Sunday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific.
And you've got the best seat in the house, right here, Ani.
Finally, the only chocolate cream pie good enough to be called Sara Lee. Luckily, there's also a lemon meringue and coconut cream.
Nobody does it like Sara Lee.
It's time to go beyond refreshment. To Xylofresh 100, the gum with more cavity-fighting power. More than refreshing,
Xylofresh is clinically proven to have more cavity-fighting power than ordinary sugar-free gum. Because Xylofresh is the only gum you can buy with 100% xylitol. Get the gum that goes beyond the ordinary to superior cavity-fighting power. Xylofresh 100. Power beyond refreshment.
Imagine a hairspray that's healthy. A mousse with pro vitamins. Gels that are actually good for my hair.
Leave it to Pantene Pro V to go beyond styling to healthy. Pantene Pro V with Pro Vitamins.
My hair never had it so good.
Music, fashion, and good-looking guys. I'm Laura Layton, and I'm hosting Rolling Stone Style.
Saturday at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific on E!
Now, a special television-only offer. You get The Promise, the new contemporary English version of the Bible, plus The Sounds of the Promise. Featuring music by Sandy Patty, Brian Duncan, Anointed. 10 songs in all on CD or cassette with top Christian artists, including Point of Grace. The world's best-selling book is now the world's best understood book. The new contemporary English version. In The Promise, a beautifully designed hardcover copy with simple notes. Order now and we'll also send you The Sounds of the Promise, both for just $19.99, a $35 value.
The new translation makes it so much easier for me to understand and go right to something that's helpful.
Order The Promise today without obligation, and we'll also send you The Sounds of the Promise, both for just $19.99. Call now. This book can change your life. We promise.
Welcome back to our 60-minute look at Seinfeld and Friends. Now, by the way, one of those friends was not in the pilot. I'll give you a hint. She's the queen of her castle. That's right, it is Elaine Marie Bennis. And that does remind me, the title of our show is Seinfeld and Friends. Well, so far we've talked about the show and how it works, so what do you say we take a closer look at the second half of our title? In other words, the Friends.
It takes a lot of time, you know, to look at fabulous weather.
She's charming. Talented.
I hope the show goes well. Please. Please let the show go well.
And she just happens to look fabulous.
Killing you, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Ask Julia Louis-Dreyfus, being beautiful can be a real bummer.
I don't like getting into hair and makeup all the time. It drives me nuts. Other than that, I really can't complain. I'm employed, I'm well paid, and I like my job. I mean, what's to complain? I'll take the hair and makeup drag part.
Yeah. So the primping and preening might be a downer, but it's hard to avoid the makeup chair when you're the only cast member wearing a dress.
Is there pressure being the only girl? Well, I don't think I'm the token female. No, actually, to tell you the truth, I don't feel any pressure. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm an idiot. But I have such a nice time with these people that I'm not aware of feeling pressure as a woman.
I'm not in the scene, but it's going surprisingly well, in spite of the fact that I'm not in it. I seem to be doing a good job. If anything goes wrong in the scene, I help them out. That's why I'm here right now. They count on my advice and approval. They seek my approval.
But even the princess of production must deal with her fair share of creative challenges.
Sometimes you get stuck. You know, we spend a lot of time in Jerry's apartment. And finding stuff to do in that apartment is tough. And that's the truth. Finding what we call business. You know, there are only so many times you can actually go to that refrigerator or go to the cereal boxes or sit on the couch and read the paper, you know?
Listen, I got news for you, okay? It's nice to be with somebody who's interested in something more than Nick at night, you know? He's got a grip on reality. He's someone who's happy and well-adjusted.
We spend a lot of time sitting on the set talking about what we could be doing on the set. And then we start talking about what we did over the weekend. The next thing you know, we've, wasted another 45 minutes.
And all what heights will hit. Oh, for sure, this is it.
So obviously, the cast, like the characters, share a pretty relaxed relationship. And the similarities don't end there. Just take the uncanny case of Julia and Elaine.
Well, we have the same hair, and we have the same problems getting that twist and the poof on the top. That's about it.
Okay, maybe they're not carbon copies, but that doesn't make Julia oblivious to her character's well-being.
People say to me, if Elaine was your friend, what would you tell her? And I say, you know, get the hell out of that social situation and move on with your life. You are a pathetic, pathetic woman. That's what I would say. The reality is that these guys are so screwed up. These characters are so truly screwed up that I wouldn't wish them on my enemy.
Oh, come on, Julia. They're not so bad. Take George, for example. Just a good-hearted guy trying to make his way in the big bad city. But as Woody Allen would say, behind his wire-rimmed glasses lies the coiled sexual passion of a jungle cat.
When I first started George, I had no idea. You know, everything happens very fast in TV. So they threw this character at me, and I said, well, boy, he sounds a lot like Woody Allen. So my first idea was, well, I'll do Woody, you know, and I started sleeping with young Oriental women, and that was my hook. That's what I tried to do.
It's not really Woody that Alexander emulates. It's Seinfeld's co-creator and writer, Larry David.
We would get into situations in the show, and I wouldn't know how to play it. I just would not have a clue. And Larry would come over, and he'd go, well, it's kind of like this, you know, and I would just do what he said to do. And sort of tacitly, there became an understanding that this character was becoming his mouthpiece.
You can't beat that spot. I am on a roll. I'm just willing these great parking spaces. Maybe the baby would like to see my space, huh? Nice, positive, uplifting message to start his life out with. You can still get a great space in this city if you apply yourself.
We have found that the show always works better when we're able to just kid around, not take it all too seriously, not worry about it. You know, if you ever shoot rehearsals, if you see what we do when we rehearse, it's very little rehearsing that actually gets done. There's a lot of sort of tangents that we go off on. And so subsequently everybody feels pretty comfortable, and it's kind of family-like, and we're all able to act stupid and make mistakes, and it just works out that way. And in fact, when it's not happening that way, the shows have not come out well. You remember when she first started on this show, that crisp page turn that she had? That's okay. Yeah. And now it's, you know...
They used to come out of the script.
Yeah, they used to fly around.
They would go flying.
You can't see the lines or anything, but you can tell she's a little older than she.
Oh, God, I've lost him.
You know, I spend more time with Julia than I do with my wife at this point. And our relationship is actually, with a few minor features altered, very similar to my... actually, they're major features, and I'm going to have to talk to Julia about that, and my wife for them. It's a very, you know, sort of a truly ensemble effort to try and just make the show as good as it can be. And that being the attitude, it's just easy to love everybody because they really are being your friend.
The chemistry among all four cast members is evident, but none of this would have happened if it weren't for the man we fondly refer to as the King of Nothing. An exclusive E-look back at Jerry after the break. But first, our trivia question. What phrase does Jerry use when someone sneezes? We'll have the answer when we come back. Stay with us.
E works Hollywood all day Labor Day. At 8 a.m., blast onto the sets of Star Trek Voyager and The X-Files. At 10:30, laugh right onto the sets of Seinfeld, Roseanne, and Mad About You. At 1:30, get closer to your favorite dramas like ER and Chicago Hope. And at 4:30, cuddle up to the beautiful people from Baywatch, Melrose Place, and Dynasty. E works Hollywood all day Labor Day. Sci-fi at 8, comedy at 10:30, drama at 1:30, and glamour at 4:30. We're working it right here on E.
Hey, TV head, they call me. Well, look who's laughing now, because everyone wants to know what they can see on TV this fall. Tune in for E's Guide to Fall TV, Monday night at 10 Eastern on E.
Wines this good must be guarded with care. That's why Franzia comes in an airtight pouch that protects the fresh taste to the last glass. Maybe that's why it's America's favorite wine.
I was a size 16. I was fat. And that's when I decided to go to Jenny Craig.
Now at Jenny Craig, lose 20 pounds for $20. Call 1-800-45-JENNY today.
Now I feel great. I get into this dress, I start to cry. Oh my gosh, I just put on a size 8.
Big news! Extra softness is here. With a new soft cloth-like cover, Huggies Ultra Trim are rolling into town with the softest delivery ever. Watch as we compare an ordinary diaper with new soft Huggies. Go ahead, feel for yourself. Ah, so very soft. In fact, they're a softer way to help stop leaks. New Huggies Ultra Trim with cloth-like softness. They're changing the way everyone feels about diapers.
You know, Linda's been my barber.
Stylist.
For years.
Months.
And a while back, she told me.
Stop squirming.
No. She said I should do something about my flakes. I said, get a new barber? She said, get new Head and Shoulders. I said, you're serious? She said, yeah. Now it has Micro D, which fights flakes better without stripping your hair of the oils it needs. So my hair feels soft. No flakes. And I owe it all to my stylist.
New Head and Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
How many freshes in double mint? 2. Fresh taste. That's 1. How many freshes in double mint? 2. Fresh breath. That's the other one. Fresh taste. For me. Fresh breath. For you. How many freshes in double mint gum? There's 2.
A wonderfully clean mouth. That's fresh taste. Breath that's great to be near. That's fresh breath.
How many freshes in double mint gum? There's 2.
I'm Michael Kastner. Welcome back to E's Hour Look at the world of Seinfeld and Friends. Now, before the break, I asked you what Jerry prefers to say when someone sneezes. The answer is, you are so good looking. It's better than bless you, because, you know, Jerry thought bless you was just a little bit too morbid. I told you we know everything about Seinfeld here. Well, given that he is your cutting-edge entertainment source, it makes sense that we've been following Jerry through his transition from stand-up comic to sitcom star. So we thought it might be fun to take a look at Jerry Seinfeld through the years.
Hello. Welcome to Upstairs Seinfeld. We're here at my offices, here at the Studio City lot. I have all these offices. I work here in Building 5. There's an office over there. Do you see the name on the door? Get the name. Get that name. Check that out. But let me show you something else. Let me show you how easily that comes out. See that? That baby is lubricated.
That was Jerry Seinfeld in 1990.
I'm a huge television star.
And this is Jerry Seinfeld now. A bit less modest, perhaps, but with good reason. When he first started tracking his career, Seinfeld was just stepping into the television arena.
Going from a stand-up comic to working and writing a TV show is like going from working in a Japanese tea garden to running with the bulls at Pamplona. But the people that I'm working with here, they're very nice bulls. Okay, just hand that over, please.
Oh, what is this?
It's a list of excuses. It's for that guy Hornick is at the game tonight with my tickets. I have that list now, so in case he calls, I just consult it, and I don't have to see him. I never thought I'd make big bucks, but I knew that I looked at things differently. And I just wanted to be doing something where I could do that for the fun of it.
Fast forward to 1991. It's the start of the first full season for Seinfeld, and the leading man is feeling relieved, even if everything is riding on his shoulders.
If it bombed, it would be my fault, you know? The worst thing is to bomb, and because that guy told you to do it his way, you know? Then you don't sleep at all.
His what? His what is what? His name is what?
His name is Joe DeMola!
His name is Joe DeMola!
Sometimes we feel like we're just surfing down a wave. Just all laughing, cash flying all over the place, ratings exploding, reviews pouring in the windows. And other times, you're just sitting there in the garage next to an exhaust pipe, thinking, maybe I'll wrap my lips around that baby.
Well, the cast is still laughing and the cash is still flying. But at the end of the show's second full year, Seinfeld still searched for perspective.
One never really knows where one is at in one's work, from day to day, week to week, month to month, depending on whether you're using it at a glance, or week at a glance, month at a glance. I have a minute at a glance. Nobody really expects me to be a good actor. So if I'm not that good, everybody goes, well, he's a comedian. You know, he's doing pretty good for a comedian. So, you know, I don't have to be that good.
But Seinfeld is good. His 2 Emmy nominations for Best Actor confirm that, and he learned the value of humor from his father.
I used to go with him on his sales calls. He was a salesman. I used to go around with him and watch him make the customers laugh, and if he could make them laugh, they would always buy from him. So I learned that you can get people to do what you want if you're funny.
And funny is an understatement. But according to Seinfeld, becoming the comic he is today required some serious training.
I was just always fooling around. Just, you know, not doing what I was supposed to do. Putting bread in my glasses and, you know, and throwing peas at people and... Stop it. Anything people told me, stop it, was the best thing I could have done for my career.
We're hoping to raise enough money with the with this.
Look, I'm sorry. It is just a very unusual shirt. It could be kind of a whole new look for you. You know, you could put a patch over an eye. You could kind of like be the pirate comedian.
Yeah.
You're gonna be wearing the puffy shirt at the concert?
Look, it's not my shirt.
Whose shirt is it?
What's the difference?
It seems wherever we see Seinfeld, laughs are bound to follow. But even a comic has his downtime.
I know it seems impossible that I could have emotions and feelings that are not comedic, but I do. And I even have thoughts that are very ordinary, not funny at all. And I sometimes sit very quietly in my house, and there's nothing funny going on at all.
Cut to the present, when plenty is going on for Jerry Seinfeld. Most notably, the show's Emmy Awards for Best Comedy Series and Best Comedy Writing.
We're going to have our hair done in huge, poofed-up, sprayed styles, you know. Big rings with jewels on them. Yeah, that'll change.
I can see it now.
It's Emmy night every night on Seinfeld now.
For now, though, the hair is still tame and the pinkies are unadorned. But there is one thing that has changed in Jerry's life. It seems power and prestige have given him the ability to get the ladies.
I'm pretty good on a first date. On a first date, I will pick you up in my car. I will wear a sport jacket, and I will try and, you know, take small bites. We won't go on forever. I want the show to, I want to leave the party while I'm still having a good time.
When we return, watch a proud Emmy winner make his best entrance yet. And later, a rare peek at Jerry warming up his studio audience. But first, that's right, another trivia question to consider. What is Kramer's mother's name? Stay tuned to have the answer.
The inside world of entertainment is on E! Specials this month. E's coverage of the Emmys, 24 Hours in Hollywood, The Model Show and Makeover Show, E's complete guide to fall TV, the world's most eligible bachelors, E Goes Country, Celebrity Homes. And this Saturday, E's got a cutting-edge look at the latest in fashion, Rolling Stone style, Saturday at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. There's only one network that gets this close to Hollywood. E!
This portion of E! Entertainment Television is brought to you by Old Spice High Endurance Deodorant. For long-lasting odor protection, now you've got proof, not promises.
Yeah, I took the High Endurance Challenge from Old Spice because I didn't really think it could work better than my old deodorant. But it does. If you don't think it's the best, call 1-800-PROVE-IT and they'll buy you a stick of yours. Now you got proof. Guaranteed.
My name's Matt, and I'm a really nice guy. But
sometimes they're all you've got.
Has the life drained out of your living room? Then why not have a Butterfinger Blast? One crispity, crunchity bite, and you insist. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. From Nestle. And now, you can have a little Butterfinger Blast or a lot of little Butterfinger Blasts with bite-sized Butterfinger BBs.
Observe. Dry eyes, red eyes. Symptoms for which science created Clear Eyes. Unlike the other leading eye drop, Clear Eyes removes redness and as an ingredient to moisturize. The difference is clear. Clear Eyes.
Going back to basics, living simple as can be.
Glade Basics has natural extracts for pure, clean, simple freshness.
Just one fresh and clean, I'm living basically.
Available in plug-ins, refills, and spray.
Going back to basics, to what means the most to me. Going back to simple, I'm living basically.
Glade Basics, fresh from Glade. S.C. Johnson Wax.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to E's Inside Look at the world of Seinfeld and Friends. I'm Michael Kastner, just finishing up a puzzle here on a face that only a mother could love. And speaking of mothers, a little while ago, if you might remember, I asked you about Kramer's mother. Now, for those of you paying very close attention, you do know that her name is Babs. And incidentally, her favorite drink is Colt 45. Now, that's a mother, huh? Now, throughout sitcom history, there has always been the quirky and crazy neighbor or friend. I mean, I've always loved the kooky neighbor. Because think of the history here. You have Norton from The Honeymooners, Schneider from One Day at a Time, the guy with the tool belt, and Bob Newhart's crazy friend, Howard. Now, in the 90s, we have Kramer.
I gotta lay down and relax.
Whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Plenty's going on with Michael Richards. AKA's outrageous entrances and irrepressible personality have made him a cult hero.
Jared, 5 minutes. Now that's a great-looking shirt. Hi, Captain. Yeah.
Make that an Emmy Award-winning cult hero. We caught up with Michael on the Seinfeld set where he gave us a decidedly Kramer-esque interview.
Come up here with your camera because you're shooting right up my nose.
Richards knows camera angles and Richards knows comedy. The result, he's the funniest second banana on television.
Jerry, what am I going to do for fruit? Right now, we've evolved into such a tight ensemble. It's just great bringing the character into the scenes with the rest of the characters. I think at first we used to work more independently from each other. And now we're when we get the scripts, we can see how closely connected we are, particularly to the process of doing comedy. Our characters are starting to really feed off each other in ways that they didn't before.
This feeding process has allowed Kramer to stumble his way into the spotlight, blurring the line between actor and character.
As Kramer, I would have it like this. This is far more comfortable. And for me as well. So, you see, there is some connection between myself and Kramer. We both like to sit on the couch like this.
And they both attended this fall's Emmy Awards, and it's a good thing they did, because Richards won the Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Award. It was his first nomination.
Well, the winning was just incredible. I wasn't expecting to win. I didn't have any speeches prepared. But I had to put it away for a few days because it was distracting me. The whole occasion. You know, we had to build a show during the week that they gave us those awards. And wow, the hype around here was incredible. It's hard to concentrate.
And if it's become hard to concentrate on the set, it's become impossible to find any peace and quiet off the set.
I was eating in a very nice restaurant. These people actually came and sat down at my table. And they were applauding the show, telling me how much they liked my work, but I was eating. They came and sat down at my table. But if you're going to go out into a public place and you're on television, you have to be prepared for that sort of thing. So I try to be cool about it. But if there's a downside to becoming a television personality, it's the loss of privacy.
Yeah, you lose your privacy, but there are worse jobs, and Richards has had them.
When I got out of college, I worked as a janitor. I was such a good janitor. I really got into cleaning everything really well. So within a few weeks, they made me a rug shampooer.
And he gave it all up for fame and fortune and Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry! He loves the skateboard. Jerry loves to go around on a skateboard. I used to do that when I was 15, 14, 13.
I guess
12.
he's happier here than behind a rug shampooer. Go figure. But how long can it last? How long can the good times roll?
There's something very courageous about keeping it up and seeing how far you can go or how long you can stay with the kind of creativity that this show demands in order to be as good as it is each week. I think it'll always be a challenge to us. I don't think that we're going to be able to tell when the end is here, unless the numbers drop and people just say, we don't want to watch that show anymore. All right, I'll give you a Kramer exit. Ready? Oh, God.
When we come back, we'll show you just how hot a commodity Seinfeld and friends have become and find out the answer to this pressing question: what's the impenetrable mental chamber where Jerry keeps his secrets? We'll find out when we come back.
E works Hollywood all day Labor Day. At 8 a.m., blast onto the sets of Star Trek Voyager and the X-Files. At 10:30, laugh right onto the sets of Seinfeld, Roseanne, and Mad About You. At 1:30, get closer to your favorite dramas like ER and Chicago Hope. And at 4:30, cuddle up to the beautiful people from Baywatch, Melrose Place, and Dynasty. E works Hollywood all day Labor Day. Sci-fi at 8, comedy at 10:30, drama at 1:30, and glamour at 4:30. We're working it right here on E.
Wines this good must be guarded with care. That's why Franzia comes in an airtight pouch that protects the fresh taste to the last glass. Maybe that's why it's America's favorite wine.
Introducing Papa's Piroshki. Huh? Piroshki. No, it's not a Russian dog, not a Polish dance. It's food. Papa's Piroshki is not the key to Dad's sports car. It's hearty, wholesome food, like tender chicken, real cheddar, and crisp broccoli in a warm pocket. Not that pocket. A bread pocket. Not that bread, but soft oven-baked home-style bread, ready to eat in 2 minutes flat. In short, Papa's Piroshki will not bite you. You'll bite it. New Papa's Piroshki. Eat it first, pronounce it later.
I remember Grandma's sweet butter, fresh from the churn. It tasted so good.
Like fresh churned sweet butter, country crock churn style. The taste of sweet butter from the farm.
E's got a cutting-edge look at the latest in fashion. Rolling Stone style. Saturday at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Only on E.
I can't believe that Dad has cancer. I'm so scared. You know, he's never really been sick before.
Mom said he's going to Cancer Treatment Centers of America. They met with a doctor who listened and answered all of their questions. And they learned about different kinds of treatments that might be right for Dad's type of cancer.
I think the sounds right for Dad.
I think it's the right place for all of us.
Please call today, 1-800-914-5999.
What if I picked the wrong college?
Derek?
What if I can't get into college?
What if I don't want to sit through 4 more years of class?
What if they make me take a bunch of classes that I don't need?
What if I can't afford 5 years?
What if I can't get a...
What if I can't get a job?
Tracy?
What if there's another way? Call ITT Tech at 1-800-942-0099.
Welcome back to a 60-minute look at Seinfeld and Friends. They even have their own mugs. Well, I'm Michael Kastner. I have no mugs, but I do have answers, Seinfeld trivia buffs. The mental chamber where Jerry keeps his secrets is the vault. Kind of like, it's vaulted. It doesn't go anywhere. Kind of like a key on the lips thing that we used to do. Some of us still do. Anyway, now to the place where Jerry has decided to uncover some of his deepest insights. It's called sign language.
We sort of went to the office one day, and there was a box of greeting cards and mugs and shirts, and went, oh, look.
Mugs and shirts? For the cast of Seinfeld, mugs and shirts are just the tip of a merchandising iceberg. They are the new darlings of Madison Avenue. And what do they pitch? It ranges from hair rinses to hardcovers.
I mean, if you do anything, you want people to like it, You comb your hair, you hope someone says, hey, your hair looks good today. So to write a book and have people like it, it's great. I'm really happy.
Yes, Seinfeld has put pen to paper, and his public has put the book on the bestsellers list. It's a sensation, and it turned a recent book signing into a mini rock concert, complete with paparazzi, security guards, and adoring fans.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sign Language debuted at #2 on the New York Times bestsellers list, just behind Embracing the Light, a story of near-death experiences.
I could have written about nearly dying. Very easily, as a comedian, you know more about nearly dying than really anyone. I have nearly died so many times myself, and if I had thought that that was the key to the #1 slot, believe me, I would have changed the whole focus of the book.
Seinfeld could have changed the focus to taxidermy, and it probably would still be a bestseller. The book signing event held at a Los Angeles area bookstore attracted nearly 2,000 people. Like the ever-ready battery, the line went on and on and on.
It's my birthday, so I want to get a birthday book signed by Jerry, and I'm part of the cult.
They've all got guns. I don't know if you noticed that. So they're serious about getting their book signed.
I used to see him at the Improv from time to time. Just to go down there and see him. And I watched him when nobody was watching him. And even when he was going up against Home Improvement, I was watching the show then.
I'm going to try and write on my personal stationery a complete letter to each person. How are you? I am fine. Because they're the public. The public controls everything. What the public wants, the public gets. And I'm in public service.
What he serves up in sign language is 180 pages of wry observations. The world according to Seinfeld.
Everything that's in the book is like something that I really thought about, something that I've worked on, something that I have used on stage or with people, and everything in there is like legitimate.
Not only is it legitimate, but according to the author, it's guaranteed.
I tested it first. It's all been tested. You're taking no risk here. This book has been pre-read and pre-enjoyed so that you will have no risk. It's not a personal book. It's not one of these, hey, world, look at me and my life and, a life. Or my life. I love these autobiographies that always have these titles. My story, what it was like for me. It's not about that. I'm not a self-obsessed person. I'm just obsessed.
Obsessed? Seinfeld? Then what about Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who's selling products for Clairol?
I'm lucky. I'm just one of those women who happens to have naturally beautiful hair.
She has gorgeous hair and the kind of face you trust. Jason Alexander, at least, has the face.
I couldn't help but notice your pretzels.
Most people don't realize they're low in fat.
Together, the cast is marketing a line of greeting cards. Michael Richards is posed for The Gap, and Seinfeld, in a very high-profile deal, has become a national spokesman for American Express.
Don't worry, Coochie and I will be working overtime to make sure every application gets out. That one's on its way.
And this is just the beginning. As Seinfeld's ratings increase, so will their endorsement opportunities. And as for Jason Alexander, at least, that's quite all right.
The nice thing about the rolled gold people is they gave me a lot of the product after I was done. So based on that criteria, I could think of a lot of products. I would like to get heavy into car commercials. I could easily do American Airlines commercials. Corporate America, I'm your man. Just give me a call.
Coming up next, Jerry Seinfeld warms up to audiences in a way few people can see, unless you're lucky enough to catch up with him on tour. But first, our final trivia question of the day. What magazine was George looking at when his mother caught him pleasing himself? Yeah, that's how I can describe it on national television. We'll have the answer when we come back.
It's going to be a glamorous, exciting evening with lots of surprises, lots of celebrities.
It's the live Emmy Awards pre-show with Joan Rivers, so join her on the red carpet along with the stars.
I'm back talking to Paul Reiser, Sybil Shepherd. This is very exciting. I've got David Letterman.
It's the pre-show to end all pre-shows.
Yes, yes, yes.
The live primetime Emmy Awards pre-show with Joan Rivers, September 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific.
And you've got the best seat in the house right here on E!
This portion of E! Entertainment Television is brought to you by Pringles. So fresh, once you pop, you can't stop.
Popping with flavor, more flavor than ever, and less fat, too. It's the right thing to do. Popping with flavor. Pringles right, crisp flavors, they're new. And the taste indulging, right thing to do. Tangy, sour cream and onion, now more flavor on the chips. Less fat and less grease across your lips. Popping with flavor. Pringles right, crisp flavor. Once you pop, you can't stop.
Hello, America. Remember me? I am Alice Scott, and I lost 37 pounds on Jenny Craig. Listen, before I lost a single pound, I started with a phone call. Before I went down 4 dress sizes, before I got that job, I started with a call to Jenny Craig. And you can do it just like I did, guys, starting with a call.
Start Jenny Craig now, and you can lose 20 pounds for $20. Call 1-800-39-JENNY. That's 1-800-39-JENNY. Why wait another day?
Pick up that phone and call this number. You see it. You see.
Oh, I could use as much as you want to give me.
Could you use a little extra cash these days?
How's that?
I could use a lot of extra cash. I like cash. Who wouldn't?
What do I have to do?
It's easy. Just get Sprint Cents. Now, on top of 10 cents a minute, you'll get cash back every year you're with Sprint.
Thank you very much.
It pays to stay.
$10 a minute and cash back.
I like it. Do you really like it? I love it. Of course, if you don't need the money, you can always stay with the other guys.
Call for 10 cents a minute evenings and weekends, now with cash back.
Not a very interesting piece. Reminiscent of early Doddies.
If he's so smart, why is he using another kind of battery?
Now,
You're right, Mom. The museum can be fun.
You can't top the copper top.
Has the life drained out of your living room? Then why not have a Butterfinger Blast? One crispity, crunchity bite, and you'll insist. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger from Nestle.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Kastner, and this is E's special look at the world of Seinfeld and Friends. I know y'all want to know the answer to our trivia question, and I bet most of you would be guessing Playboy. But actually, George was enjoying an issue of Glamour magazine when his mother caught him, you know. Anyway, every week, millions of people can count on lots of laughs tuning in to watch Seinfeld. But what few people will ever see until now is the special audience warm-up that Jerry does before every weekly taping.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you. Hi. Chuck Martin, ladies and gentlemen, from the Martin Guitar family. Well, thank you. Hi, nice to see you here. This is it. We're here. Isn't this exciting? Thank you very much. We are very excited about the award. We've already had it melted down and made into earrings for the staff. But very happy to be here. It's really nice to hear all this warm, excited feeling from all these people who we don't know each other. We're all total strangers. And yet it doesn't seem that way. It seems like we do know each other, doesn't it? And that's what television is about, creating false, phony relationships. And making lots of money for the people that do it. Thank you, thank you. And good night, that's our show. So, it's a Wednesday night. We usually film on Tuesday nights, so we don't really have it usually. We will film whenever we're free, pretty much. Whenever we have a joke, we run up here and say it and shoot it, and that's how we do the show. We've never really been that organized, frankly. And it's working. It's working. We never intend to actually get it together. This is our process, and we are sticking with it. Nothing. We're not doing anything right. All right, so let's see. What should we talk about tonight? It's someone over there you're interested in? More than me? I'm from Long Island. That's where I grew up. Thank you very much. That is the correct amount of applause. My folks live in Florida now. They don't really want to live in Florida, but they're in their 70s, and that's the law. You got those leisure police. Come on, Pop, get the golf clubs, get in the back, drop the snow shovel right there. Take them down there in golf carts with sirens. It's not old people in Florida. It's pretty much old people and their parents. That's your population. They drive slow, they sit low. The state flag of Florida should be a steering wheel with a hat and 2 knuckles on it. What do they look in the radio? How do they navigate these cars? I don't know. They always have that left turn signal on for when they left the house that morning. That's a legal turn in Florida. It's known as an eventual left. Signal this week, turn any following year of your life. But, yeah, they live down there. It's always good to go down there and see the folks, you know. I never know what to do with my parents. After you have the big meal, what do you do with them after that? You sit there, you're all full. Now you just stare at each other and you gotta think of stuff. What do you do with your parents? Well, what do you do when you visit your parents? What do you do?
Sit around, talk to them afterwards.
You sit around, you talk to them. I mean, but when you go out, where do you go? You take them to the mall, I guess?
I think that's a restaurant.
Restaurant, eat again after dinner. Yeah, that's good. Just keep eating until somebody bursts, and then Thanksgiving's over, I guess. Criticize relatives, that's good. My relatives, you know, you can always tell when the subject is over, whatever you're discussing. It always ends on the same line. One of them always goes, well, what are you going to do? That means we're at the end of that subject.
Oh, thanks for watching our 1-hour show on Seinfeld and Friends. I'm Michael Kastner, and right now I think I'll just kick back and try and finish this puzzle, but you can stay tuned for more of EV entertainment news and information and Seinfeld Authority. Got his nose. Where's his shoulder, though?
An hour on